today, guys, we will be studying about the basics of Photoshop. And first of all, we should be familiarized with the menus here and some of the basic tools here. But right now, we'll just be needing this one, the elliptical tool or the move tool, and we'll also be using the paint bucket tool, this one, and zoom tool. So first of all, we should create a new file. Go to File and select New. For now, we will be using a preset of international paper because the design that we will do is the intention of it is for printing. And the size that we'll use is A4 size. So we got many options here, but we'll use an A4 size because that's the standard size for a glossy photo paper. Okay, so the dimension is in millimeters, so this can be in inches also if you want. So in inches, this is the actual size, and we are using a resolution of 300 because that is the standard resolution we use for design, especially if it is for printing. Okay, pixel or inch. Okay, and the color mode that we will use in Photoshop, the default is RGB color. It means red, green, and blue. But there are still many color modes here: bitmap, grayscale, CMYK. It means cyan, magenta, yellow, and black color, and the lab color. Okay, so the default of RGB is in 8-bit, so we don't have to change that. So actually we can also change the background contents, so we can change it into white, background color, or transparent. But for now we'll stick to the white background. So maybe you can name your title here as basic tools _1. Click OK. So be sure that you save it. By the way, I'll be saving it here in my desktop. I'll save it as basic tools 1. Save. For a start in using Photoshop, okay, so we will use the basic shapes, but actually more of elliptical marquee tool. Okay, so there are many basic shapes here, but I'll concentrate in using elliptical marquee tool. Out of this tool, you can be able to create an image or a design or a character actually. Okay, by holding shift on your keyboard, you can be able to create a perfect circular shape. To change that, you need to go to select and just deselect if you want to create another shape. But if you don't want to make it a perfect circular shape, you can just drag it, okay, and do whatever is your desired shape, circular shape. Shortcut for deselect is Control D. Okay, but I'll be creating a perfect circular shape here. Okay, and remember that whenever you do a design in Photoshop, be sure that you create a layer always. Okay, so the shortcut is by pressing here the icon here, or you can go to Layer, New Layer, and you can rename it as, I'll be renaming this as Head. Okay, so I want to color this now in black, and I'll be using a paint bucket tool to fill this portion, this selected portion. Okay, and deselect, Control D. So To save time and effort, so you can duplicate this layer by doing a right click and duplicate layer. Okay, so there's a head copy. But I want to change the color of this head copy. So what you need to do is just hold Control and click this box. Okay, click. And you can change the color now here in the foreground. So this is the foreground, so I want to change it as white. Okay, and still use the paint bucket tool, fill it up. Okay, so of course you can see the white head or the black head layer because their size is the same. So all we have to do now is to scale size. You can go to Edit, Transform, and Scale. Okay, I'll make it smaller. This one. Okay, and just press Enter. So now I'll be creating a circular shape again. This one. So always go to Move tool here. Okay, if you want to change the color of this one, actually you can just press X. Okay, the background color will transfer to the foreground color. Okay, so again I got a selected shape here, so I need to create a new layer again, or the shortcut here, just click it. Okay, and I will rename, double click and rename it as ear. There you go. Okay, and the shortcut for paint bucket tool is G. Then deselect, Control T. So move it like this one. Or if you want to make this bigger, okay, there's a shortcut also here. Just check the Show Transform Controls. Okay, this one. Okay, and press Enter. Okay, and uncheck. So you can use the arrow sign to move it to the left or to right, or to move it upward. You can duplicate the layer, and I will select Edit and Transform, and you need to flip to do the flip horizontal. Okay, so I can now move it. There you go. Okay, so again I need to create another shape, an oblique shape like this one. Okay, new layer, or go to layer, new, select layer. I'll name it as I and fill it with black color. Okay, so deselect. So you can go to Transform and Rotate. Okay, and you can select the Move tool and apply. It can be done like that also. So again, you can duplicate it. Okay, and you need to go to Edit. After duplicating the eye, you need to go to Transform and you do the flip horizontal. And by using the arrow sign, you can just move it to the right, like that. Okay, so now I'll begin to, so I need to create a small, sorry, L. So I can use, I hold the shift and I'll change this color into maybe a gray one, so that you can see the eyeball. Okay, and use paint bucket tool. So you can use the zoom tool if you want to see it clearly. Okay, there you go. And deselect, Control D, and duplicate it again, and move. Okay, there you go. Again, I will create a circular shape here. Okay, then create a layer again. I can make this as nose. Okay, so first I need to color it with a light gray. So this will serve as a shadow or an outline, and fill it with paint bucket tool. Okay, deselect, Control D, like this one. I'll make it bigger. So go to Show Transform Controls, like that. Okay, and you can select the Move tool again and apply. Okay, or uncheck the Show Transform Controls. Okay, I need to duplicate it again. Duplicate. Okay, and the shortcut is by holding Control from the duplicated layer. So just select this box, and I'll change it into white color. So the shortcut is by pressing X and G for filling it up. Okay, Control D, and now I need to resize this one. Like that. Okay, uncheck, and I need to create another. Okay. So create a new layer. I will name it as nose 2. Okay, and I will color it with black and fill it with black color. So I'll make it bigger. So just deselect. If you see the selection is moving, or sorry, so by holding shift you can resize it equally and press enter. So uncheck it. So you can now use zoom, or the shortcut is Z. You can use fit screen. Okay, now I'll create a body. So I don't have to make it a perfect circular shape, but rather an oblique shape or an oval shape. Okay, and create a new layer. I name it as body. Color it with black by using paint bucket tool. And deselect, Control D. Okay, so you need to put this layer of the body at the bottom layer. Okay, just drag it. All you have to do is to drag. Okay, like that. Okay, so now I can move it like this. There you go. So before anything else, save your file. Okay, just click OK. So the file must be saved in Photoshop. File, Save As in Photoshop PSD. Okay, then I need to create the hands here, or the arm. Okay, create a new layer again. You can double click the layer to rename it as arm using paint bucket tool. Okay, deselect, Control D, always go to move tool, and I need to create the hand of this one. Hand. Okay, so create a new layer, get as hand, press G for the shortcut of paint bucket tool to fill it up, and Control D, just like this one. Okay, actually you can select both of the layers. Okay, you can apply, transform, go to edit, transform, and rotate, so that you can rotate it both layer. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so apply. So you can make it bigger actually if you want. So just check the show transform, the whole shape, like that. Enter. And while the layers are selected, okay, you can right click the two layers and duplicate it, okay, to save time and effort. Okay, then after doing that, just go to edit, transform, and flip horizontal. Okay, so now you can use the arrow sign to move it to the right. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I need to create the legs. Okay, okay, so create another layer, leg, and fill it with black color again. Okay, deselect by using Control D. Okay, and now I need to rotate this one, transform, rotate. Okay, just like that. Okay, apply, and another shape. Okay. Create a new layer. This will be the foot. Fill it with black color, like that. Deselect by selecting Control D. So I want to make it bigger, just like that. Okay, apply. Always go to move tool, and just click apply. Okay, so select the foot and the leg. Select the two layers and right click. Same procedure with what I did in the arms and the arm and the hand. Okay, while the two layers are selected, just go to transform and click select flip horizontal. Okay, so while you are in move tool, you can now move the selected layers. I can move them like that. Foot and leg. You can just by holding shift you can select again the layers, just like that. Foot and leg copy. Okay. Actually, if you want to add more details, so it's up to you. Okay. The more details you put, of course, the better you can achieve in creating your design. Okay. But for now, I think this one is enough already. Okay. You can move. You can select the upper layer and to the last layer, excluding the background. If you want to move all the layers, okay, it's like that. Okay. Okay. So save again your file. Save. And now you can, oh, by the way, I can save this as, I'll save it as another name as Basic Tools Panda Bear. Yeah. Save in PSD. So if you want to make this in image format, you can save it again as, because you want to put it in your social media, so save it or save as, to select the format in JPEG, okay, and click save. So you need to select the quality must be in 12 or maximum, so it's either progressive or baseline standard. Okay, click OK. Okay. Actually, you can now open the JPEG file. So here's the JPEG file. Details. There you go, JPEG. Open. Okay. So the JPEG file is now already in one file only, or merged already. So if you want to do some changes, of course, here's the layers in PSD file or in Photoshop file. Okay. So for the next tutorial, okay, so we'll proceed to the another tools for our next tutorial and the usage. That's all. Thank you so much.